Well, hi everyone, I'm Judy Elliott and welcome. For the next few minutes, we are spending some time with Kasey Carpenter. And Kasey, it's a great pleasure to be out here with you today.
I appreciate it very much, Judy. I'm here to talk about my candidacy for Georgia State House of Representatives, District 4.
Okay, now it's so exciting, and I know you have talked with me even before we started taping this. It is so exciting for you, and to share a little bit about Kasey Carpenter, who you are, where you grew up. Kind of share that with us today.
So I am a local boy. I was born and raised here in Dalton, Georgia. I went to elementary school at Doug Gap Elementary, and then I transferred over to the city schools and graduated from Dalton High School. From there, I went to the University of Georgia, Go Dogs, and there I graduated with a finance degree, and that's where I met my wonderful wife, Julie.
Okay, great. So what about your family, your parents? And
sure. So most of you know my mom. She had the TCBY over on Walnut Avenue for years, and she's from here. My father was from Tunnel Hill. He lives in Marietta now. We've got 4 beautiful children, Camp, Duncan, Sadie, and Ellis, 10, 9, 7, and 4 at this moment. So the quiver is full. And
they're growing fast.
Man, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
You know, I want to pause just for a moment about your family and about the children, because I was looking the night kind of at some of the things that you had on Facebook, but you are wanting your children to make a difference.
That's right. So
world.
I noticed that that this campaign, I wanted to get involved because I wanted my kids to understand that to make a difference, you can't sit on the sidelines. You know, you got to get in the game. You got to roll your sleeves up, and sometimes you got to sacrifice some things for the better of society.
Right. You know, Kasey, through the years, you have been known to have great leadership skills. Let's talk a little bit about some of those ways that you have offered your talent and your leadership to the community since you've been involved so much.
So I have been involved in a lot. I'm involved in a lot with the Boys and Girls Club, with the United Way, with the Friendship House. But really, the majority of my leadership comes through being an employer of 75 plus people, small business. You know, every day goes by that I have to be a leader, and I'm the kind of leader that, you know, rolls his sleeves up, gets his hands dirty. I'm not a pointer, I'm a doer. And I think most of the people in this community realize that about me, or know that about me, that, you know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Right.
Well, that goes to show. Also, you were named a Small Business of the Year from the Chamber.
Absolutely, yeah. So the first year they did that, the Dalton Whitfield Chamber of Commerce, I won the Oakwood. The Oakwood Cafe in our organization won that award. We also won that same award down in Clayton County for the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce for our restaurant down at the Farmers Market. So, you know, small business is near and dear to my heart, and we try every day to do the best we can to be the best company we can be, and I think those awards really reflect the organizations
right,
that we have.
And strong leadership with that. Now, I know also you recently purchased an additional, running an additional business, and that's Walnut Hills Farm.
Yep, that's right. We had the opportunity about a year and a half ago, it'll be 2 years in September, to purchase Joe and Annette Yarborough's farm on the north side of the county. And man, it's been awesome. It is a beautiful place. They did a fantastic job with it. And we're kind of continuing that legacy and offering weddings and high-end corporate events to people really from all over the Southeast. We have people from probably 7 different states getting married there this year. So wow. It's real. We got 31 weddings on the books for the year. So it's really taken off. So
well, I think that's very important also, to be able to be a person that can not only be the leader but also can build a strong team.
That's right. So that's I get that a lot. I get a lot of, Kasey, you're busy. You've got all these kids, like 12 kids. You've got all these businesses. What are you thinking? And I've got a great crew. I've got a tremendous group of leaders that work for me that I feel really comfortable with to help my businesses run while I'm not around. And this candidacy and the opportunity to go serve you down at the Dome, the Gold Dome, if you will, is really an opportunity for them to continue their growth as well. So it's I feel I have the utmost confidence in my employees.
Sure, definitely. Moving on, talking about the actual position that you're running for as a candidate. You know, the legislature meets annually for 40 days, and sometimes maybe even 3 months at a time. How do you feel about that, and how is that going to reflect with your active life here in this community?
So
family life.
Yeah, no doubt. So this was definitely a conversation that Julie and I have had for probably 8 years now. We first started talking about running for Georgia House of Representatives when Roger Williams was retiring. He's a relative by marriage, if you will, and I've always asked him a lot about it. It's always been something that burned in my heart to do, and we decided 8 years ago now wasn't the time, and we just realized, or I actually brought it back up in the middle of February and said, look, honey, this is something I think, we need to do. My wife and I participated in a Leadership Georgia class that we were fortunate to do through the Georgia Chamber of Commerce. And so we got to travel around the state of Georgia and with people from all over the state, from all walks of life, and we got to see how wonderful this state is, even more than we knew before. And I think that opened our eyes that, we have got to get involved to really make a difference. And more so than that, it was, really led to show the rest of the state how awesome Dalton and Whitfield County is.
Yeah, and I think that you had talked about that a little bit earlier, making a difference, and making a difference not only through the state, but in the Dalton, Georgia, bringing more opportunity.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, this campaign's, a lot of it's about passion. A lot of it's about my passion for this community. I think most people understand that are aware that I'm passionate about this place. I love it, heart and soul. Not a day goes by that I don't try to make this a better place. But it is also about opportunities. I want to do as much as I can to provide opportunities for the youth, for education, opportunities for college students when they get done, for jobs, and opportunities for business, especially small businesses, to thrive. It is definitely a campaign about opportunities.
Well, Kasey, you are running as a challenge candidate, of course, is the opposite from the incumbent. What do you feel that you can bring as representation to this area that hasn't been done in the past?
So yeah, I get that a lot. I do. I've talked about it a little bit already about my passion. I think that I bring a passion that we don't see right now in Atlanta for this community, a passion to get things done. I also feel like I have, through that Leadership Georgia program, I've established connections and relationships all over the state of Georgia. And I think those relationships will help me be successful as a representative. As I go down to Atlanta and representing this district, I think I would be able to get more things done through those relationships than most people.
Okay, great. Tell me a little bit about 2 issues. If you have to choose 2 issues that you feel that are you most concerned for the district, what would that be?
Well, let's think of it like this, Judy. People always ask you, what do you want to get done when you get down to Atlanta? What's your drive? And 2 things that I'm really passionate about. One is the elimination of the state income tax. I think that the state income tax is very prohibitive on small businesses. I think that it. Most small businesses are S corporations, and so the actual owners pay the taxes for that corporation, and the state income tax, a large percentage of the state revenue is coming from that, and so it does not promote the ability to grow small businesses. So that's one of them. The second issue that I think everybody can relate to and can understand is we have got to develop a transportation plan that enables us to get around this state without having to go through Atlanta. No offense to Atlanta, but we've all sat in rush hour traffic for countless hours of our lives, and we have got to figure out a way to do that. And I think with the funding through various taxes, transportation taxes, we need to develop a viable plan to do that.
Right, great. Now, let's talk a little bit about, in 2015, legislation passed transportation tax and also $5 per night room, additional tax added to the motel and hotels. What do you feel about that? Would you have voted for that? What's your take on that?
Right. So let's start with this, Judy. Let's start with, there's no question we needed more funding for transportation. We've got some pretty big transportation issues in the state of Georgia. Would I have voted for the transportation tax that was passed in 2015? I would have struggled with it. And I think, because it's really hard on Whitfield County. It was a $5 room tax. When you're a border state, that's challenging because people can stay in Chattanooga, because we get people driving to Florida through Whitfield County, and they stop here and stay in our hotel. We've got a thriving hotel motel business. That $5 tax is basically being eaten by the hotel people. If a guy charges $79 a night, now he's charging $74. He's having to eat that $5.
Right.
So with as many hotels as we have, it's pretty painful on us. But also there was a $100 trailer tax. And everybody knows, if you drive around town, there's a lot of tractor trailers in town. So those two taxes alone, I feel like has caused Whitfield County to feel the brunt of this transportation tax more so than other areas. Now, that being said, tractor trailers are hard on roads and travelers are on the roads as well. But I do think as much as we're contributing to the transportation fund, we should see more projects that we want to see. Okay.
All right, moving right along. Have you experienced any type of personal or business repercussions since you announced your candidacy?
Personally, not really. I think people are excited that I'm getting involved. They think I'm a little crazy. But this is something that I've been dreaming about since I was in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
I did a book report on presidents and in my 3rd grade class, and it really lit a fire under me. And I've been patiently waiting to do this, and I feel like now's the time. So personally, no. Other than just trying to explain to people that A, I'm not crazy, and B, I'm going to be able to have the time to do it.
Well, Kasey, if you were asked to describe yourself in 5 words, what words would you use?
I'm passionate, of course. I've talked about that already. I'm hardworking. I'm community-minded. I am God-fearing, and I'm a servant leader.
Okay, great. Well, tell me, if someone wants to know more about you and what your vision is, what would you suggest?
Facebook's probably the best platform because we change that daily. We put information on there daily. It's Kasey Carpenter for Georgia House. Also, we have a website, kaseycarpenter.org, and that's Kasey. And then you can always call the Oakwood. They know how to get a hold of me. So if you have any questions, by all means, any place would be great.
Great. Well, Kasey, thank you so much for letting us be out here with you today. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate your vote on May the 24th. My name is Kasey Carpenter, and I'm your candidate for State House. As a lifelong resident of Whitfield County, I've spent the last 15 years of my life serving this community. As the owner of the Oakwood Cafe and a member of countless boards, I've done everything in my power to make Whitfield County great. A vote for Kasey Carpenter is a vote for passion, for opportunity, and for less government. So on May the 24th, I'm asking you to put a Carpenter in the House. Kasey Carpenter for State House.